They can't hear you.
No, they can't hear you. You see my mouth moving.
So I brought 2 new weeds and then 1 old weed.
You bought what?
Now,
Hello, everybody.
And 1 old weed.
Rudy here.
oh man,
Gave it some funky liquid sludge coffee.
isn't it?
Oh, it fell. It's not the first time today.
You call it sludge coffee.
I love this coffee.
Well, once you get start down to the bottom, you'll know what I'm talking about because
Yeah,
it tastes different at the first half up here compared to down there.
Yeah.
I'm sure it does. It gets more gritty and yeah.
And that's all you can go.
French press. Anyway,
Anywho,
So throw away the last sip.
we are up to over 600 subscribers.
no, we're not.
Yeah, we're at 607. Well, hold on, I'll tell you right now. Actually,
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
It was good.
But we need way more than that.
It was nice at 420, I bet. But
But it's going in the right direction.
the 420th subscriber should have got an ounce.
Just,
That's all I'm saying.
just
610.
it's positive because it's going in the right direction.
Hello, Uncle Dean.
What's up, Dino?
610.
Cool.
So what happened was Tom went on his, because he's got like 4.7 or 4,700 people that are fans of his.
Of it, on his, yeah.
Yeah. You just sat there. I'll take care of it.
That follow him.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yeah, it gets kind of. You got the last of it too.
Oh, I'm gonna smoke it down to the end. Drink that coffee to the end.
So he put up that basically I gave him like what are the 3 or 4 samples
Mm-hmm.
and seeds, and he's gonna. You had to subscribe and say you did, and then they gave you a number, and they're gonna draw 3 numbers and
Oh,
ship
cool.
them out.
Cool.
So because of that, we've gotten at least. Really?
You know what's sad is I got like 10,000 seeds at my house, and I'm thinking of buying some. Don't ask me.
And the
why.
quit. Okay, I'm not. I want to ask it.
Why?
I don't know, man. If you looked at my seed container in my house, I got this bag. It's like this big, and they're like, you pull out a container. It's lemon haze, OG Kush, Platinum,
you seed down.
Diesel. But everyone I've ever grown since you've known me,
Oh, okay.
I got a seeder of every one.
Cool.
I'll purposely grow one 15, 20 weeks. if
Maybe
I
we
have
should
to.
start a seed bank.
Here's a tray for you.
Oh, I got a seed.
No, I'm
Enough
talking
of
about. No, I'm talking about someplace people could come and buy seeds.
I
That's
did
what
that.
fucking that is. He's selling seeds. He sells seeds.
Yes,
all the
I know, but I'm talking about a standing building where people can come and buy seeds if they want.
Whatever happened to your
Oh.
last time I went down to your Wayne County things when dude was still alive? I went down there and I sold seeds to a bunch of people.
It's still going on.
Yeah, it still
I've
happens.
never went back ever since.
And you sold a bunch of seeds. You never went back.
I went back one time and I told them when I went because they were at first when I went there they bitched. They were
Probably
like,
last time you went there was for Dude's funeral thing.
yeah. Well, I went there. It was before that though.
Yeah,
I sold
know,
the seeds.
before Dude passed.
They were complaining that some guy went there from Cali Connection or something, and he was selling
No,
feminized seeds,
he
and they
had
were
more than just Cali. He was selling. We bought Larry OG.
and they were all hermied out, and people were all pissed.
There's been a couple of people like that. There was a black dude that did that too.
And I told him, hey man, all I
That's
can
what we're
guarantee.
That's what we're talking about.
we're
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about that.
Is
Yeah.
my weed, it came out this weed right here, and I broke up some doobies, and I found a couple.
Because he was the
containers.
one selling seeds right next to BDT's. He rented a storefront.
Oh really?
Right across the street in that little mini mall. Yeah, he had been in a storefront.
Older black chick with dreadies.
Because I pulled up there
Finger
one day.
dreadies like this. She bought a couple different kinds. I remember her.
Because I pulled up there one day and I was he said, "Hey Rudy," and I went over there. He said, "Next time you come to my place. I'm selling seeds and blah 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 blah." I said, "Oh, okay, dude." But I never went
Yeah.
because people had complained about him.
Yeah, I think we got seeds off that guy.
Because he used to drive around with a big ass container full of seeds.
Yeah.
I just said it came out of weed like this. You want to buy some fucking?
Yeah, Tom does his
That
whole
one is
thing,
one?
man. He's out there selling them right now at a fucking. He's at one of the festival things, selling hawking seeds. So that's another thing too. I know for sure. I transplanted one that's a male into a 10-gallon.
Okay.
I can see it's a male now.
Okay.
So I'm thinking I'm gonna push it back as far as I can, and then flower it and bring it outside in the spring and let it finish in the spring, like finish
Finish
out
outside.
The last
Fuck with everybody, huh?
Yeah.
couple. No. I'm talking. There ain't gonna be nothing in flower in the spring. And
Right.
then catch it. You know.
What about
so
your
you-
flower?
It ain't gonna get down there. It'll be out there.
Powdery mildew, Lou. You're on.
No, that's
What did you say? What
he's,
what-
he's definitely not a.
I said powdery mildew. How do you think you get that shit? It comes from out fucking side this time of year and the next month. It'll
Yeah,
start
that's
growing
not all you
outside.
said. That's not all you said.
It was
We're not gonna repeat
That was
it.
an inside joke to Lou if he was watching, but he's not.
No,
No, more than likely he's not watching.
no.
He's only been in maybe.
Hey,
a
dude,
couple
you
of
probably think I'm a
shows.
funny guy.
That was funny though.
He thought it was funny. See, look, he's just stank-eyed me over here. What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, there's a whole empty space right there that we gotta put shit above the fucking cat.
Oh, okay.
First time, like one of the dudes was watching, and then the cat came in, walked around, and was like, "Holy fuck!" No, he just thought they were empty shelves, just sitting there doing nothing.
You remember, my weed don't smell at all when we smell the jars, right?
They don't.
Look at he just smiling.
I did. I went like this. They didn't even open it up, and I could smell it.
Oh, yeah. Well, must be nice to be able to smell weed.
It is. It is nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to smell it. It's nice to taste it. It's nice to look at it. It's nice to get high off of it. It's nice.
Does your uncle live out by Petrolia, Michigan?
Where's that? He lives in the UP.
No, he don't live by Petrolia. They still got skunk weed out in the UP? Fuck.
No.
I remember when I was a
He's
kid, we went to
smoking
the
my
Marquette, dude, and we went there with shitty ass Detroit swag weed, and they had droves, man, fucking skunk weed, and we were like, "You want to trade ounce for ounce?" They were like, "We can't get that shit out here. It gets us high," and we were like, "Fuck yeah." That's all they had was skunk weed out there.
Huh?
And we came with shitty ass regular brown.
Now, when
weed.
people say skunk weed, really, what do you mean when you say skunk weed?
There's
It
no-
smells like skunk?
There's nothing that really tastes like skunk anymore, like the old school skunk that people.
That's why I asked him if he lives by Petrolia Head Stash. If you can find that's like Massachusetts Super Skunk.
See, what skunk meant back in the day, or people would call it cat piss,
Yeah.
because it smelled like cat piss.
That's the same kind of weed, but the Petrolia Head Stash was real ran over the skunk driving down the road.
Oh, okay.
If you might have smoked it back in the 80s.
I smoked everything back in the 80s.
Yeah, if you ever smoked real skunk in the 80s,
Oh,
you would've
believe
said,
me, I smoked skunk, plenty of skunk.
Dude, I just saw this fucking. Because I was thinking, usually you're like, you smoked everything. I'm like, man, how lucky are you that you didn't get in trouble?
What, for weed?
Yeah.
Because I always looked out. Now, like I told you one time, for a traffic violation, they caught me with an ounce of weed, but he just threw it away. So I never had to, never went to jail for weed. No, I am lucky. Let me tell you, I couldn't tell you how many times I left out the weed house, went home, and my friend would call me, man, they just raided me, man. And I was there 15 or 20 minutes before. That happened to me 3 or 4 times.
Dude, I got
over the years.
When I was 19 and 96, I sold 3/4 pounds to a 60-year-old man. They gave me 9 months in McComb
Howdy,
County
Tracy.
Jail and fucking 60 or 90 days in prisoner boot camp to get out.
Damn.
And I was on probation for a year,
Was
probation for 4 years, and a tether for a year.
But that was another thing too.
0 tolerance days.
Back in those days, I never sold to anybody I didn't know. I would never. That's one rule you must always obey back then. Never sell
Yeah, I know.
to someone you don't know. If you don't know,
You know that now.
well, I knew it then. That was one of my rules. My rules were never sell to somebody I don't know. Nobody come to my house after 10 o'clock at night unless you call me and let me know you're coming. You can't play music out loud in front of my house, coming or going, and no burning rubber, coming or going. When you leave out of my house, you get in your car, you want to do something else, go around the corner and do it. And everybody knew that, and they knew if they broke that rule, they could never come back to my
I
house.
was 18
again.
when I got busted, though. I didn't give a fuck. 18 years old. You know?
Wow, you said you didn't give a fuck.
No.
Well, yeah, well,
It was actually 3 months before I fucking turned 19. I was thrown in jail.
I never.
2 months after he graduated out of school, being 18, they fucking, that's like almost, I told him it was incriminating.
When I was 18 years old,
entrapment.
when I was 18 years old, me and a friend of mine named Mike, he's dead now, guitar player, really good. When I was that age, we had our own apartment downtown that our parents didn't know we had, and we stayed there all day until about 11 o'clock at night, then go home. You know, like on the weekends we stay overnight though. Like on Friday nights we wouldn't go home. We go home on Sunday morning. But our parents didn't know we had an apartment, and it was loaded with every kind of record player, tape player, tons of albums. We had a strobe light in the front window that was always doing like this.
Really?
Yeah, man. Yeah, we
Where
had black
downtown?
lights.
Where?
That was in the 70s.
That was on. That was on.
Yeah, no. You're talking 60s, aren't you?
No,
No, I'm talking late '60s, early '70s.
Early
Yeah,
70s.
that was
Yeah.
fucking, you could do that shit.
That was,
It didn't make a difference.
Right at Wayne State. We know where the playing field there at Wayne State is. Their football field.
Yeah.
It was 1 block from there.
Because that's all high. Like, when I think of that, it's, to me, I only think of it as a highway. Because the
See,
highways are going through there.
It was a Victorian house. Beautiful Victorian house. And it had like, I don't know how many rooms, but it was 13 people living there. And it had to be at least 8 bedrooms.
That was before
and about
Detroit
3
got
bags.
ghetto-ish looking, right? It was like real nice and still upkept back then, right?
Not really.
No, it was still burnt down houses.
Well, no, it
shitty.
wasn't burnt down houses. They were just old houses.
Old
but,
houses?
Yeah, they were just old, but
I always wondered to know when they changed from the Richie folk that I know they moved out in like the 30s and 40s,
No,
but
they moved out in the 50s.
yeah,
50s.
Because what
and
happened
early
is
'60s.
the basic,
That's why I figured 70s would be when they started getting shitty ghetto.
the highway is what
just
killed
kept
Detroit.
going down since.
When they ran the highway through
Well, it's the
Detroit,
highway and the exodus of white people.
It helped that
The
Yeah.
tax base left.
But when they
it's helped
run
they
the
ripped down
highway,
so many houses recently.
but when they ran that highway through and they basically forced everyone to commingle,
I'm 10.
that's when the flight happened.
what that is?
No, 375.
375.
275 right there where it comes in at 375.
Well, those freeways meet at
That was
and Gratiot,
that
where
was
Gratiot is.
Black Bottom. So that was where all the black people would
Yeah,
go
no.
and buy stuff.
It was called Black Bottom or Paradise. Some people call it.
So
Paradise.
basically south side of Chicago. If they just took out the south side of Chicago and then
Well, they
put-
did the same thing in Chicago.
Yeah, but
You didn't know that? They did exactly the same.
They did it all over the fucking country.
But I'm just saying, they did exactly the same thing in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly the same thing.
It's because they're trying to make the inner city where the rich people go, and the riffraff's going to be the outer part right around. They're pushing the people out. It's just like the bums
Well,
down
they
in
were.
Detroit.
They were doing that, but now
Then-
When the Super
every
Bowl,
building, every new apartment building, every refurbished apartment building in Detroit has to give 35% of their space to Detroiters.
But a lot of people don't know when the Super Bowl came around in Detroit down here, they loaded up buses down there. They went down there and went up to the bum alleys and said, "Hey, free food. You guys want free food? Come with us." They drove them down to Pontiac and Flint, gave them free food and dropped them off. Never drove them back.
It's crazy, ain't it?
What happened?
Did you just say it?
Around the Super Bowl, they eliminated 50% of all the bums, homeless people down in Detroit
Oh,
because they went down there one day with
I was
buses
wondering what.
and they
'cause
said, "Hey, there's free food." And when
there
they got
was
in the bus,
more back in the day.
yeah,
There was more of what?
Because I remember the couple times I've been to Super Bowl or to football games were before the Super Bowl showed up,
Yeah.
and they were like preseasons. And during that time, anytime I came to Detroit, which wasn't much, but it was in that area, there was like I almost got peed on.
my cousin
He was
Zach
literally
was
walking with
homeless,
his
and
dick
he
out,
went on
just
that
almost
thing.
peed on me. And then another dude was
speed on it.
dude. You know on Woodward they got those bushes that are it's fucking amazing how like it's such a prime spot. Woodward right there at 75 in Woodward where the parking lot for Comerica is.
Okay.
That private parking lot, like the fancy parking lot. It's like that's like a prime spot and it's just a parking lot. It's just a shitty parking lot.
Gotta
Yeah.
park somewhere though.
Yeah, but
I know, but
it's just a parking lot that makes $2 million a year.
Maybe more.
that's
Maybe
true.
more.
So
He
anyways,
says that's true. $35
there's
for
those
4
bushes.
hours, bro.
They got the bushes around it, right? And this dude was like standing there, and we see him. He's literally got his pants down. And he's in the bushes, kind of shitting. And while we watch a cop walk up to him and like to see what the fuck he's doing, and then notices what he's doing and pushes him into the fucking bush. Just pushes him in. Just like, yeah, fucking guy.
Get the fuck out of here.
So he pushed him into his own shit.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, the guy ain't got a shower.
He knew better. He's nutty. He don't shit.
Obviously
Like
not
it.
when, dude. We're talking when there's a fucking baseball game about to happen.
Like
So
I
there's
said,
so
he was a
many
nutty
people.
buddy. He was
Obviously.
a nutty buddy.
Yeah.
He looked at the guys.
Anybody
homeless dude, and said, I'm not
that
doing
would
the
go
paperwork.
downtown and piss and shit in public is a nutty buddy.
Yeah. Nutty buddy.
I don't know why they're nutty, but they're nutty.
No, there's common sense in the world, and some people don't have it.
Jesus Christ.
Now you have some people that get drunk, really seriously super drunk and do dumb shit too.
But I'm just okay. Hold on. He's Vladimir Todd is back. Remember Vlad?
Vlad.
So he says hi. Black Wall Street, Oklahoma. Yeah, that was all right.
He might as well just whatever.
Vlad. I need to ask you a question, Vlad.
Oh shit.
What nationality are you?
Vladimir's got to be Russian with a Vladimir name.
Anyways, K-State Sports Complex is a mile long, including parking lots. I'm more like the thing about this spot is at one point, 100 years ago, there was like buildings that were the same as like when you were on Woodward and you looked down that fucking, it was literally just buildings the same. Like it was like the Fox Theater and all that shit. I'm assuming that's what it looked like on that side too. So it was like buildings all the way down, and now it's like this big gash of a fucking thing where they took everything, like they gutted most of it, and then they tore down the building to put a parking lot, so you could see the stadium. But it like, imagine what it looked like back, like if it had worked out right, that shit would have. If they hadn't put it in, like that area definitely probably would have stayed going up, and not like. Because the skyscrapers pretty much stop at whatever it is, right? Like right in that area. There's a couple of them when you get out that Wayne State.
Okay, you talking about Grand Circus Park? Is that what you're talking about? Or Adams Square?
Yeah, right there where the fucking
Where-
highway is. There's
A
an
block.
old-ass
That's
church.
they're a block from the highway.
Like they saved the two old ass churches,
Yeah.
but then got rid of all the other buildings that were in between it.
if
And
they
my-
were in bad shape, or the church might have bought them and just tore them down.
Well, no, Comerica bought, like, Villages bought them and tore
Oh,
them
okay,
down.
yeah, somebody did.
Because they own that whole block. They bought that whole fucking section. They basically ran, like, so what happened to me is the white people left, made sure it went to shit, and Illich came in and
It's, to give you an example of fucked up shit.
oh,
For many years,
I
He
love
says-
growing marijuana seeds.
Yeah.
Both of these are. This one and this one.
VT says, I'm white as fuck,
that's not what I asked you. What nationality are you?
part Irish.
Okay,
The username is from a kid's book.
all right.
Yeah, that was getting there. You fucking didn't let me finish reading.
He's
what the
white
fuck
as fuck. He's Irish, yeah.
I'm Irish.
He might have red hair too.
I'm
as much as I know.
Irish
I don't
too.
even know the guy.
I'm Irish.
Yeah.
I'm 23% Irish.
I don't know. It's one of those things that if there is, like, if we ever get access to parallel universes, that's something like maybe we can't, like, maybe it's to the point where we can't actually go between them, but maybe we'll figure out how to see them.
Yeah, well, I already can see them.
You know,
I can see them
my
already.
wife would tell you I'm 2% black and it's in my pants. Come on.
God.
That was just,
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop everything. Stop everything.
Let's just leave that one be.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, let's do that.
Anyway.
But the weird thing that's happening right now, man, I'm telling you, man, something really big is getting ready to jump off. Do you know in the last month, I just heard this, there've been over 1,000 UFO sightings, more than ever before. In the last month, and this is coming from the Pentagon,
Yeah.
there's been 1,000 sightings.
Okay. We're on deep matters here, guys. This is deep here. So as much as I've been a fan of the extraterrestrial life out there in outer space that we can't see, you know what they don't tell you? Is they're not from outer space.
They might not be.
You know where they're from? Middle of the fucking earth.
It could be.
Think
that.
about them. Look at the way they look. They're pale
Well-
skins with big old eyes. They live
Well-
in the air.
well, they
there's
said-
holes. There's caverns that lead into alien
Well, they
people.
said no. What they said is it's like 50 different species visit our planet.
Because there's probably an international highway that we can't see.
Well, they call it. The Pentagon calls it the Galactic Foundation.
Hey, you want to know something right here? Okay. Say me and you are explorers, and we feel like we're the best in the world, and we got Bill Gates right now that want to pay us money to go explore Antarctica. 7 countries right now are in a treaty that says no one's allowed to go there.
That's right.
How come I can't go to
You
Antarctica
can't
and
go
explore?
there. You can't go there.
So-
let me tell you who's been there in
Google
the last.
Maps ain't got shit on Antarctica either. You can't see shit there.
Let me tell you who's been there in the last
They just
few
blew something
years.
up over by Antarctica.
Obama, Biden, I think Clinton been. Then a few like people from the Vatican were invited to go there. So all these big time politicians and religious people have been invited to go there, but you and I can't go.
So it wasn't bad. It grows good buds.
Yeah.
Looks pretty. Get you high. But it's not OG Kush like I'd say OG Kush is. No. Because it came as, it's the I Love Growing Marijuana.
Is that what it's supposed to be, OG Kush?
That's what that's supposed to be. OG Kush from I Love Growing Marijuana in Michigan. Throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Came like the picture, but
It looks decent.
it came like the picture if you grow good weed.
But yeah, man, I think we're on the verge of some kind of meta shit happening, man.
Hey, like I said, I think they come from the middle of the earth that there are people. I just realized Joe Rogan speaks about some weird shit, man. And there's a cavern in Peru.
Yep, I saw it.
Honduras.
I saw it.
And it is over 500 feet deep. It's like 10 miles wide, and it's a whole ecosystem.
It has its own weather in it.
Yeah, and it's like it's got a cavern that goes
That's how
in
big
it,
it is.
and there's shit in there that they found bones, and anything that goes down there gets eaten and killed. And how come there's holes in the earth that we don't go in?
Because pressure.
Yeah, you can't go but so far down.
Yeah, our bodies are
Even
it's
the
like
Russians.
space. If we really want to travel space, you can't travel space in this suit.
I can go
It-
in outer
it's-
space because of pressure, but I can't go into Earth's
no,
pressure.
No.
No,
You can go
you,
in outer space, but you can't live. in
you
outer
can put a
space.
suit on and go
Yeah.
down there.
The difference with absence of pressure and pressure that happens from
But what they're saying,
In our lifetime, they turn men into women.
who?
Scientists. So if they can figure that out, we don't have to. We can go above and beyond freaking pressure. Pressure's irrelevant.
I don't know.
Well,
about that.
no,
I think-
no,
I think
we probably
I think
can.
Taking a penis off is different. Than
what you got to realize is,
Reconstruction of the body. That's some physics. That's
I
crazy.
know,
Yeah,
it's the
but-
cells, like your cells are getting crushed.
Now
You
this
can't
one,
stop that from happening.
same place. I love growing marijuana. This one's blueberry kush.
okay, light her up.
This one I thought, I'm gonna let that one go.
Light it,
Still
don't
nice.
fight it. Light it, don't
Wait,
fight it.
we got a couple more hits on that one, and I don't like this one out.
But yeah, they say it's 57 or
This one's better,
56
I think.
different kinds of aliens visiting and they're all in the Federation.
All right, so this is how stoned I am. I meant to do this at the
Holy
beginning.
shit.
Do it now.
Excuse me.
Oh God.
Don't start farting now.
Let us know what you're smoking. That's all.
Oh.
Put it in the chat what you're smoking.
What they're smoking?
Yeah, when you come in and join the circle.
Yep.
Because it's basically a smoking circle. Put in what you're smoking. When you light up, tell us what you lit up.
Yep.
If-
That's a good idea.
yeah.
Cause I want to know different strains that people are smoking and what they
Oh,
are.
it's hashish. It's the stuff you smoke in a pipe.
So this one's a little harsh, but it's strengthening your lungs. It's from the hash on it and shit, I think.
He has banana. Vlad has banana BHO. That's stuff you wouldn't smoke.
Banana BHO.
I wouldn't smoke it.
Butane oil? Is
No,
that-
it's-
Oh, you have to have a rig to smoke it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't fuck. I mean, I'll hit it once or twice, but that's
What about
not my-
what about the rosin? You ever have smoke rosin?
once or twice.
'Cause I make it with where you go hash, squeeze your hash out and fucking gooze out black goo.
Yes, sir.
Then you fucking hit
You
it,
put in the pressure in
turn it up to 180 degrees, and you squeeze that motherfucker so it oozes out your freaking.
Mm-hmm.
I love smoking that shit because I'll turn all my sugar trim and stems
Say hi.
into hash, and I make my hash into that.
Hurry up.
So,
That's what I forgot to bring. I forgot to bring the hash.
well, you only get like maybe 4 or 5 grams of that fucking. hot
Oh
resin-
yeah,
rosin. Hey,
of that
whoa,
resin.
whoa,
Yeah,
whoa, whoa,
of that resin shit. Yeah, you don't get a lot of that. But that's not my. I don't.
It's just
I mean,
like
I'll
wax,
hit it,
though.
but I'm not gonna try to
It's just like wax, and,
produce it.
and
though.
it's good though because it's made out of.
Have
I
you've
smoke.
already sent me a message? If you sent me a private message, I'll be sending you sample. I think you sent me a private message.
A sample.
Superman ice cream. Is that a joint? Or is that like...
Superman Oshi Kush?
No, he says Superman ice cream. Must be in it.
Well, Superman Kush was the fucking...
Yeah, so you'll get yours soon. You'll get. I know you'll give me an honest review.
I got
That's what
Superman
I'm hoping for.
fucking Kush. OG
I'll get you some of Rudy's fucking
grandfather.
hash. Probably.
Yeah. You'll get a gram, maybe 2 grams of hash. We'll both with
Guys.
Yeah, dead monkey. Dead
So,
monkey.
what are you gonna do if they show up and they're violent? I know. Again, I know in your head you say that they're not gonna be violent because again, I, as you, agree that if you want to travel this fucking multiverse of a universe, you have to literally give up the desire to take everything from everyone.
Well,
But then again, it could be
we got to look at it logically.
desperation people looking for a new place.
But wait a minute.
Or it's us. What if it's us coming back?
That's a possibility. It could be time
Are we
travel.
still talking about
Not even
aliens?
time
That is a
travel.
possibility.
When you say time travelers, do you mean people
think
who
they are.
left
Jump back
1,000
to it
years
that
ago
fast,
or
like
No.
20,000 years
3-minute
ago?
hiatus of no aliens, and now we're back to it.
Yeah, we're back to aliens.
Are you guys aliens? Why are we talking about aliens again?
No.
You came from the Earth. I'm telling you, that's why they got big ass gopher eyes. Up
You know
there.
they- you
They're
know
from
they-
outer space.
You know what they said the other day?
They ain't seen light.
You know what they found on one of the Martian rocks?
Huh.
They found Earth stuff.
Yeah, why wouldn't there be Earth stuff?
Earth stuff.
Yeah, rocks that were at one time or another on Earth.
They found rocks that like watches, Rolex watches in a rock from
So
5,000 years ago. Come
So
on.
they
now.
think that maybe if aliens didn't produce us, an alien form of bacteria or whatever you want to call it on a meteor might have started life on Earth.
Do some research on the Dead Sea Scrolls.
See, I don't believe in the Dead Sea Scrolls. Anybody could have done that. The Dead Sea Scrolls don't mean nothing.
No, they test the paper and it says it's within this many
Well,
years old.
it might have been.
That's fine,
But that doesn't have
I'm
anything to do
already-
who
hold
wrote
on.
them.
But when you say
With
time
Rodom.
travel, what do you
Yeah.
What do you mean wrote them?
What do you think the scrolls are?
They're ancient texts written and
Yeah,
that's big.
written, just like I said. Who wrote them?
No one knows.
They got a good idea.
Dim light for big eyes, no eyes for subterranean. If you have no light, you wouldn't have. If there's no light, there's no need for eyes.
Right, because most of the deep
Yeah.
sea fish that they brought up have lights.
No. They still need eyes because they live in Antarctica, bro.
Who lives? Oh,
We're going to aliens again. He's talking about these aliens with their eyes.
that was a fucking.
That's where they come from. That's
that
why
was
we don't have
actual,
nothing on Google Maps. Google Maps this shit while you're there. Try and find me some shit on Google.
So that
shit.
was this.
Makes me mad you can't get nothing, but I could Google a pot plant in fucking our backyard if you want.
Who are you saying?
Anyways,
Right? No, am I not joking with Google Maps?
I don't know. I don't look at Google Maps very much.
What? Look.
So this
Show you my
movie,
fucking house.
it was
Oh.
basically the premise was
That was last year's. Last year's one was I had 2 pages. That's the only one I could find.
what?
All the plants that we could get.
Oh, I don't.
You didn't want none? Okay.
No, I'm good right now. I got too. I just bought a bunch of seeds, so I'm waiting to see what happens with
I'm
those.
still trying to figure out what you're trying to tell me.
It was a movie about time travel. Basically, these people were coming to the past to get people to recruit to go to the future
Okay.
and fight aliens that had showed up. And there's these crazy aliens, and it turns out that the aliens are from an alien, from a crashed ship, and they're design creatures that wipe out a whole planet, and then they terraform it
For
the
the
host.
for others, yeah.
Yeah. And it ends up opening up at some point in the future, but because of global warming.
But that was the point I was trying to make earlier. If you're advanced enough to come here from wherever they're coming from, time or another galaxy or whatever, you're thousands and thousands of years old.
Hey.
You might even be
Gotta
a
be-
million. You might be a million years old. I think for you to last that long, you couldn't be violent. For you to exist that long, you left violence way behind. You don't need that anymore.
What if it's more like Contact?
What do you mean?
You know Contact. You've seen Contact.
Oh, the movie Contact.
Jodie Foster.
Yes. That's
I
what
think it's more like that. I think space travel And again, it's about
Well, come on. What are these things flying around in the sky that we're seeing?
they're drones.
They're coming from our
No.
fucking inner planets. What I'm saying.
Ooh, what is this?
Ironically,
I'm going to show you.
they've gotten them.
Let
The spaceships. They've shown pictures.
Let me
of
see
them,
if I can
pictures
find
of them,
this.
and they're metal from Earth. Oh,
Let me see if I can find this. There
This is better.
in Italy.
same fucking people. It's just two different kinds. Maybe
Yeah, this is better.
blueberry Kush, same thing. At least that one I think came out as blueberry Kush.
Yeah.
So that Steve could taste it. It must be better.
This does taste. I like this taste. It's my kind of taste. Let me see if I can pull this thing up. It's crazy too, man.
You all right?
Yeah.
Can I see videos about the UFO with the two aliens in it in
I don't give
Italy?
a fuck, dude. All I know is they got the Hubble telescope out there, and they can see
Oh,
galaxies and
The
distances.
new one's even worse.
They can see galaxies so far
fuck?
away. It's not even funny. But you won't
What
show
the
me pictures of
fuck?
Mars or the moon. Come on,
Have
flip
you
it.
seen
Flip
them?
us back and show me Antarctica.
Have you seen the pictures from the new one? Is it the James Webb telescope or something like that?
Yeah.
That's the Hubble James Webb.
No,
No, it's not the
Hubble's-
Hubble. It's
Hubble's
the James.
the-
Yeah, Hubble's
the
another
different one.
telescope.
Yeah, it's the
This is the
first
James
one.
Webb. It can see way, supposedly,
Like
it can see way into the past. It
Yeah.
just took some pictures, and it baffled the scientists because they,
Is that the one in outer space, right?
yeah, in deep space.
Yeah. It's the same scope.
It took a picture of a part of the universe that we aren't seeing or we can't see.
That's what I'm talking about. There's 7 other
And it
suns
was-
or something.
It was gigantic galaxies,
Yeah.
way bigger
Yeah.
than us. And what they're saying is, all of their projections of how old the universe is, that threw a monkey wrench into it, because it's not supposed to be gigantic.
Yeah,
galaxies like
and
that.
off that they thought the fucking
That's what
black
they say.
holes might be teleportation places that we can go through and go to another galaxy, but we just don't have the power to go through them.
We can't
Can
get
I
to them.
explain time dilation and the way they see the Big Bang?
Oh,
Exactly.
we're not Sheldon here.
They're-
I mean, what are you thinking?
No.
Yeah, I mean, watch the Big Bang Theory.
You know,
But-
bro?
Well, he's just talking about the, you know.
Yeah,
I know. So,
What
hold
came
on.
first, chicken or the egg?
Hold on.
You know.
So is it? Do you think it's? What do you think it's more like? Okay, think of alien movies. So you've seen Star Wars.
Yeah.
Is there any chance that there's
No.
That's what the world is like.
No.
What about?
That's our foils, our prejudice, our intelligence, putting our thoughts into it.
Have you seen?
We can't even imagine what
Okay.
it's like.
Have you
How about
seen
this one?
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
You're old.
Yes,
You're
I've
old.
seen that.
You've ever heard of Russia's Bora Ora hole that they
Yes.
drilled for
Yes.
70 years? And
Yes.
It's like a football field round, and then one day they just said, "We heard something. We're capping it," and they capped. it.
No, they dropped a microphone.
Yeah, and they started hearing stuff in the bottom.
Yeah.
And it won't tell you what they heard or what it
No,
was.
they,
but they
there's a
stopped drilling
recording.
it.
There's a recording on YouTube that you can go to. They supposedly dropped a microphone down.
At least he
there.
knows the whole I'm talking.
And you could hear screams like people are in hell. Supposedly they got afraid, pulled the microphone up, and capped it.
And stopped drilling. After like 70 years of drilling this hole, dude, it's like, we're Russia. We
Well,
do what the fuck we
I think
want.
they-
You
I-
can't stop us.
I think they went as far as they could go, though.
Yeah, okay.
Before the equipment would
Till the
melt.
screams heard, right? Or whatever they heard.
And
Well,
they probably ran out of.
But
fucking-
again, but
Russia
again,
did
that,
run out
that
of
might
money.
just be some YouTube bullshit. I don't know if that's true or
Dude,
not.
they stopped drilling it in like 67. And I understand you can say whatever you want to. in
But the Germans
67.
have a hole too.
Their cars are pieces of shit in 67 compared to what we got nowadays.
That's what I'm saying.
They got a hole in Germany too, so that's
All
really
right.
deep.
So light can
Yeah, it's
only
not-
go fast, or light can only go fast. Time is also governed by that rule.
There's no such thing as time.
Especially when we got a black hole that can teleport
There's
from
no
one
such-
to the other.
See, that's
But
where we
the
get hung
body-
up.
hold
That's
on.
where we get hung up.
So when you get off the planet, answer me this: does the body
You've been watching
stop
too much
aging?
freaking
Does the body do what?
X-Men,
Stop
man.
aging.
There is no time.
That's got
Everything's
nothing to
based
do
around
with time. Aging has nothing to do with time. How do you put the two together?
I mean, it's the only thing that makes time relevant.
Ah, so time is a construct.
Yes, I've never said it wasn't.
So time doesn't really exist. It only
doesn't.
exists in our heads.
No, it
No,
only
it's a
exists.
day up and day down.
Hold on. It only exists because of our heads. Because of the fact that we expire and we know time doesn't exist to my dogs. The only time
Or no
they-
other
Wow,
animals.
this is
No,
deep
I
now.
understand that. But
They're
it exists to
aliens.
us because we
I swear
understand
these
that there
two
will
are
be a point where
aliens.
we don't exist. And because of that, time is something that we hold on to.
We're back to
and we
government.
stress with,
This was
and
something
we
they
deal with.
they gave it to you as
Blah,
a
blah,
word.
blah,
What
blah,
is it?
blah. If you can let go of it. But the truth is how the fuck do you travel from one place to another if time is so relative?
It's only relative to us.
No, again, to our vessels. So that means they'd have to have gotten past cell death. Your cells are going to die, which means at some point the brain will shut off.
Either
No.
either that, or they live for 400 or 500 years at a time.
Again, how do they do that?
Chronological deep sleep. They freaking go
By
into
technology.
deep freeze.
But by technology,
Is
by
it
being,
like that?
by being a million years in advance of us, we can't even comprehend the shit. Just like Carl Sagan and them say, it'll be like magic to us.
I don't have eyeballs this big.
Who you laughing at?
He says, go so fast. Time doesn't exist, question mark, hot take. Y'all seen Interstellar? Have you seen Interstellar?
No.
Okay. Great fucking movie with Matthew McConaughey. They travel through space and they're looking for a new planet.
Yeah.
And-
I mean, I know all about that.
Yeah. Do you know about...
I've seen different clips from the movie, but
You've
I haven't seen the whole movie.
How
You've
come we
seen
ain't
the-
never
'cause
explored
there's a-
Antarctica
If you haven't seen it, then
in
you're
like 100 years?
problem.
That's a problem.
Spoiler. If basically
What's out there?
there's a point
We're
where they
man. We
get
want
on
to
a
know
planet
everything.
for an hour
Shit's frozen in ice.
and it's 30 years on Earth.
We know what's there.
They spend 6 hours or something like that. 6 hours on this planet.
They dig
and
for
lose
dinosaurs.
30 years
but they
of
don't
life.
look in frozen ice for dinosaurs.
Because it's such a big fucking planet that time on the planet was just...
I don't see that.
That's how time works. That's what the whole point of relativity is.
Wow, that was loud.
That's the Einstein
You stealing all his info or his power? What's going on there?
Einstein's whole theory states that if you have this giant thing that sits in the middle, because time is this table, and if I put this thing over here, and
Why are
it's
you
heavy-
listening to Einstein?
Yeah, he's.
Einstein don't know any more than anybody else.
He
Is
did help us.
Einstein? Wasn't he kind of
It
retarded?
is shit that you have to deal with space stuff. Like the farther you get away, the less time
It's
is.
special. It sounds better.
You have to
than
constantly.
That's a theory. It's not proven.
What do
It's
you
a
mean it's-
theory. It's a theory.
You know how GPS works, right?
Hey,
Yes, I know
hey,
how
we're-
GPS
It's a
works.
satellite that is in a certain point away from the Earth,
And
not in complete.
and the
deep
key
space.
point you made is in a certain point.
You're believing in the government what they're telling you again.
Who?
What they're telling you, your GPS. It's what the government wants to tell you. Everything revolves
when
around.
It says that I'm on this road and I look and the sun.
And he's
says
on that
this
road.
and
No,
I'm
I
like,
understand
"Yeah,
all
makes
that."
Sense.
But that's still in the parameters of Earth and our time spectrum that we've developed.
I get okay. Fine.
Okay, so-
you get outside this flowing because again,
But how come there's places on GPS you can't Google
space
shit?
isn't fucking. It's not still.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's
So-
moving all the time.
So if you're trying to get to the Earth, like
From where?
from anywhere, if
From
say
the
this is a
moon.
galaxy, say this whole thing is a galaxy, right? And
From the moon, sir.
Here's where you're at.
That we
No,
never
you're
went
trying
to.
No, it's got to be further away than the moon.
Why not? We got to pick somewhere we supposedly went.
No, it's got to be further away. The moon's too close.
We never went there anyway, so.
Okay, hold on. So the
I'm a
galaxy's
God in the moon
spinning
believer.
because that's what they believe that there's this giant black hole right here in the middle of our giant.
Who are they?
The scientists
Okay.
Government.
say that there's something
Say
in the
scientists,
middle
I
of
say
our
government.
shit
Okay.
that is swirling everything in our galaxy, like every other galaxy you see that's swirling. And so we're over here flying this way, and they're over here flying this way. Do you understand the math and the amount of like? It just doesn't make sense how you could even come close. Like, you would literally float. It would take you, like, oh god. By the time it doesn't make sense. It would be so hard.
So
to
you
travel through
sound-
space.
so you sound
if
like-
relativity is right. If basically you haven't figured out how to get past.
But they
the-
figured it out.
With them theories, you sound
They-
like a non-move
They've
moon
obviously,
believer, huh?
they've obviously figured it out. Because they're coming here, we're not going there.
Or we're just us that tried to leave and then came back.
Hey, but for one thing,
Yeah,
I think
like I
that's-
said, that's a possibility.
they
I think
have
that's more
seen
reality than
UFOs
anything.
go into a lot of different things into the earth.
In
Lots.
the water, under the water, yeah, in volcanoes.
In volcanoes and holes, they are all going into Earth. Back to size saying they live in the Earth,
So what if a group left?
and they live in Antarctica and they don't want to mess around.
Who?
Government, all of us, they can't go there. We're back. I just said Bill Gates wants to pay me and my man on the mic to go fucking explore, and they got a treaty saying you can't do it, bro.
Why not?
It's been like that for who knows, mother knows. Hey, look it up.
Oh, I know why. So it stops greedy people from trying to fucking drill everywhere.
Or there's another reason could be because they're uncovering new bacteria,
That's possible.
Whatever.
and they don't want they want to have control over.
Because again, that's
that
a
shit.
great
You can
place to
say
keep
what
it
you
from-
want.
I mean, that's a possibility, dude.
It takes another level of a crazy fuck to want to go to 120 below zero in the warm times, because it never
Dude,
gets
it's-
warm there.
You can't
But
go
it's
there
changing.
because you're just gonna die.
It's
if you
getting warm there. That's why the shit is melting. It's changing, dude.
Yeah, but it's-
They're finding shit because it's melting.
do. Yeah.
That's why they're finding
Those
shit.
shelves are falling off.
Yeah.
So
That's why they should be there.
to me, it's more logical that 20,000 years ago we had technology that let us leave the planet, and we got out so far and realized that we don't have the ability, and we just came back, and now we're coming back to realize, oh shit. This
You
is
see,
what's
that's
left.
what some of the aliens could be? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying the aliens probably are, and or they've been hanging out for a long, like 100 years.
They've been hanging out longer than that.
100, 200 years, just been sitting out there watching. Because again, when you watch ants, that's what,
See, they got bases on the moon and they got bases on Earth. And they go
what
back
could
and
be on
forth.
Earth that's,
They go back and forth all the fucking time.
but what could be on Earth that's so valuable? Water, maybe.
What do you mean valuable? They're not. I mean, yeah, they might take some water, but I mean, they're not taking enough water to make a difference. You know, maybe they do need water sometimes. But wherever they're from, they can go back there in an instant to,
Hey.
to get whatever they need.
Maybe it's the perfect temperature to breed.
What?
Earth.
The moon.
The
Oh,
Earth. We come to fuck. It's
It could
orgy
be.
time. We going to hole. It's orgy time. What
They
you mean,
could find us-
laugh?
They may need like certain temperatures, like
Yeah.
maybe Amazon type.
And if you
temperatures.
go into Earth, it's in a cave. It's automatically this when you're this far down.
well, and you got different climates everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the thing when you actually try to think of
Well, it's like digging a
But
hole.
if that was the case, they would have taken over a long time ago. They've been watching us for a few thousand
We're
years.
psychopaths. We
hold on.
kill and eat everything,
You think it was-
even ourselves.
There are cave dwellings with UFOs, you know. Van Daniken, all that shit. They show cave drawings.
Oh man,
They're
come on.
thousands of years old, and there's UFOs or
Dude,
guys look like they're in spacesuits.
Honestly, if you were like fucking an alien and you looked at Russia destroying poor ass Ukraine, you'd be like, what the fuck's going on over there? These motherfuckers are just shooting each
Yeah.
other. They're the same fucking colors and they're just bombing the fuck out of each
same
other.
colors, they're the same species.
I mean, theoretically, when Mongolia ruled the whole Europe, he ruled all of that shit. So, I mean, they were all the same people.
They
See,
watched all
that's
that
what I'm
crap.
talking about. See, so why should they change anything for us as long as we're acting this way? They give us the wrong kind of technology, we've been fucked up
How do
the rest of the universe.
How do we know if they come out? We kill anything that we see. If you're a predator, we kill you. It's gone.
We're the killing
What if
type.
it's okay? What
We're
if
the
they're-
killing type?
What if they're Avatar types?
I don't understand what you mean, Avatar.
Have you seen Avatar?
I saw the first one.
That's what I'm talking about. The premise was humans went to this planet, found something that was useful, and they basically were trying to take it.
But hold it.
What if they're?
But they weren't really there, right?
Yeah, they were.
Their physical body wasn't
No,
there.
their physical bodies were there. They had to. They
I
had to
thought they
live
were
in,
like in.
They had to live in ships, but they had people who could.
We have good water.
What? Hold it. What is it? What is the definition of?
No, it's a filter.
What is the definition of Avatar?
Okay. Let me. The movie was about humans on another planet that they couldn't breathe or live on, but they could. They had stuff, masks and stuff, but they also had made these avatars which were these living beings, or not living beings, but these beings that they could use their, like, walk around and be like a puppet. And you became that thing, but it was living. It was a living.
So a crippled ass like
shell.
me and an old dude like you could be a running ass 16-year-old again.
Yeah, type thing in a body type thing.
You
That's
know,
the
wouldn't you
premise.
want to be a young kid?
Yeah, but what is the definition of avatar?
That's what it's about.
Your
Avatar.
alter ego in another person.
No, you're.
So they made another person. On
So
another
it's
planet.
They made an alien that the guy could transfer his consciousness into and control.
Just like the Matrix, they put a
and
thing
walk
in you and
around
plug you
just
in
like
like
an
that to your
alien,
brain.
Do stuff alien, like in an alien body.
Okay, but
Well, again,
what I'm
a
saying is,
native body,
aren't they on a
because we were
different
the alien.
planet?
Yes, we were a native body. We were the alien.
But when you click in through your neck, it's all into your central system. So if your avatar dies on that planet, theoretically, you
You
can have a
die
heart
too.
attack and your head can
Yeah.
go and you see.
Because
Yeah,
they basically put your consciousness into the brain of the fucking thing.
You fucking
Yeah, I saw
dogs.
that movie.
You're fucking
I didn't
space
really.
hogs, you know that?
I had no desire to see it again
Uh,
because to me it was like a cartoon.
I mean, yeah, it was really beautiful.
Area
back then.
51, man, they're prepping
Back
you.
then,
dude.
it was so beautiful. I'm
Avatar
excited to see
people.
the new one because the new one's gonna be beautiful as
Huh?
fuck.
Imagine
So I
them
can
blue
watch it
fuckers.
at
They
home.
had big blue eyes. They had big eyes, gun, right? Big eyes. They lived in the earth. Goddamn.
I mean, they were supposed to be the Native Americans. It was a story about colonialism, basically, in the shell of it, in a pretty alien versus or
But they're
human
not
versus-
aliens. They're from the earth.
No, they weren't.
No, these ones are that I'm talking about.
Oh, you think these ones are? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying they left the planet.
No, they
Dude.
never had to leave the planet. They've been
Dude.
hiding in the planet by the
No,
whole time.
dude, no. They're going back and forth between to the planet and the moon.
And then you know
Or
how my
Mars.
theory explains a lot.
You know they found on Mars?
How did they come up with such good theories in Egypt that we have hard times, like some of the shit they doctors and they show you some of the stuff that we went back in time and redo because the theories that they did.
Oh, we
back
can't
in the
build a
time.
pyramid. We can't build a pyramid.
I
Did you know that?
No, I know, but they used to do surgery that we have hard times doing nowadays with the Egyptians and shit.
But that's deep when you think about it.
Alien head. You ever see the alien head Egyptian pictures? Where that's why all the pharaohs covered up the back so their head's so big because there was a big alien head in there.
Big alien head.
What about the alien crystals? You know about them? I'm gonna look this shit up, man. I'm high. I'm just spitting shit off right now. Alien crystals?
What's that?
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, the alien crystal heads. There was like 11 or 13
Oh yeah, I know
of
what you're
them
talking
felt
about.
around the earth,
yeah,
and
yeah, the crystal head.
it's like, what the fuck is that? How come I ain't there? And they were perfectly made from something that they've never seen on this earth, and
Yeah, they say most of them are fakes, but they say there's 2 or 3 of them that are kind of baffling because they're really super old, and it looks like somebody used modern machinery to make them and polish them.
all right. What about the place in Europe that the rock wall, and there's like they molded all the rocks so it looks like I just puttied it together, but they're solid boulders. You ever seen that one?
Yeah, it looks like a puzzle.
It looks like a puzzle completely out of
Yeah.
solid boulders, and you're like, no way you could do
Each
that.
one of those things weigh, 1,000 tons and shit like that.
There was a Bruce Willis movie about that the Avatar thing. There was a movie where Bruce Willis, like, you could literally have a
Get.
Mister.
Why
give
are
me
you, like-
space? Thank you. Whoa, Mister. All right.
Goddamn.
Space. Are you gonna go out there now?
I don't care, but
Yeah, let me out. You guys are talking shit.
But I can't remember what it was called, and it wasn't a very good movie. But
Who was in it?
Bruce Willis. Surrogates with Bruce Willis. Surrogates.
I never saw that one.
But the premise was you get this pod and you lay in the pod, and then basically you control a mechanical like a replica
Oh, okay,
version
of yourself.
a way better looking version, sexier.
Yeah, muscular.
You could program it however you wanted.
Hello, young lady.
they have been preparing us for the Matrix with lots of different TV shows. I'll say that one, right?
Oh yeah,
I'm ready for my avatar.
that Black Mirror shit's gonna definitely. They got you prepared for fucking dogs that are running.
Just the initial surgery into your spinal cord is going to be the bad part, Rudy.
This morning I was looking at something. Something came up on my YouTube. It was a movie, and it had who did it have in it? It had everybody in it. It had Iron Man. So the Torch is a black guy now, huh?
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know. Wait, hey, the Torch. The Torch is a black guy too?
The Human Torch is a black guy now.
I didn't know that. I knew Captain America was
That's
a turning
new.
blood.
That's new. Because I saw a Fantastic Four movie trailer this morning. And they showed, the Torch, they showed him flying. And when he landed, it wasn't the same guy. It was a black guy.
I
So I was
mean,
like,
to me, I don't like it
so they
because
got a new Torch.
I don't know. You got to keep the comic book people the way they are. That's all I'm saying. They don't change that shit.
Everything changes, young man.
You can't keep changing that shit.
Everything changes, young man.
Yeah, well, hey, well, yeah, whatever.
Everything changes.
Shazam's supposedly the frickin' one. Him and what's his name?
The Shazam
Shazam.
movie
Shazam and,
just came out.
Yeah, it looks good. I want to go see it.
What's the black guy? The fucking
Rock.
The Rock just played him.
Yeah, Black Adam.
Black Adam.
Now I saw that
He's
movie.
supposed to be the strongest guy out there.
I saw that movie.
We're gonna make Black Adam a woman.
That movie was kind of
I
stupid.
mean, what the fuck?
It was interesting, but it was kind of stupid at the same time. Because Black Adam seemed like he had brain tissues missing or something. He didn't seem right.
I don't
in
know
the
if you
head.
remember Hancock, because I liked Hancock with Will Smith as a drunk fucking superhero too.
Yeah, I
but
remember that one.
Black Adams is the strongest Superman, but
Yeah.
I don't have a conscience. So can you fucking kill me, Superman? You have a conscience. I'll destroy everything where you won't.
Oh yeah, well Black Adam.
So in theory, Black Adam is the most strongest, one of the strongest.
but he was.
He starts getting up there.
But his
you know?
ego. His problem is his ego. He was so egotistical, man. He saw that statue of himself and he was like just enamored with it. He couldn't stop looking at it.
But that just feels like it's The Rock, though. Isn't The Rock feel like that in real life?
I don't know.
No, when you don't watch him in much.
No, he is a fucking asshole. In
Well, you
real
know, he
life.
just-
When you watch him, how he tries to destroy everybody's careers that ever step in his way.
He just him and Kevin Hart seem to be getting along well.
Well,
Yeah, but
But
John Cena went down the tubes when he came to wrestling. He was one of them that he fucking talked
He
a bunch
just
of
bought-
shit, ruined his wedding.
he bought the USFL. The Rock.
XFL.
No, USFL.
USFL.
No, he owns the XFL.
No.
One of the two.
No.
There's two.
He might own both of them, but the USFL, he bought that for $12 million.
But dude, there was a couple like Brendan Fraser. He took his fucking roles as a Scorpion guy. Or he ruined a couple guys' acting careers.
I mean, Brendan Fraser, you really call that a career?
He did nothing. Hey, he did nothing until he just won this last
Hold
Grammy
on.
for fucking 10, 15 years. He was
XFL.
actually he was like a main actor at
No,
that time.
USFL.
I'm gonna fucking look, and Google's gonna tell you you're wrong.
Why do you disagree with the old man when the old
It's
man
not-
knows what he's
it's-
talking about?
Okay, and I'm gonna prove
He
you
only
right.
owns one.
I'm either gonna prove you right, or I'm gonna prove you
I
wrong.
know he owns the USFL. I know that for a fact. He bought it for $12 million.
That was a good gamble for him because he's got a lot of money. I think.
No, he's. I think they say he's worth something like $400 million, $500 million, half a billion, something like that.
Okay, well,
He'll
He-
die of a heart
well,
attack
what?
from
fought the
steroids.
XFL.
USFL too.
No.
What league is it coming out next month in April?
USFL.
He bought that. That's the one he owns.
He's in the other one though. I know because it's been.
Hey, he might have bought
confused
both
me.
of them, but I know for a fact USFL because they had a special on TV showing him talking about the team, how much he paid for it. He's the man. In fact, they had an exhibition game, and before the game, he did the
I
commentary.
don't know what to tell you. You keep saying this, but I look it up, and I literally looked up. Does he own any? And no, he owns the XFL. He bought the XFL from.
I think he bought both of them.
He didn't buy both of them. I'm gonna look up who owned. I gotta look up who. U.S.
Here we go. It's all now.
'Cause the
It's all.
XFL is a newer one.
It's on like no. The XFL is the older one. I
Yeah.
think Trump used to own XFL.
This is the first year it's been televised.
No.
I think Trump used to own the XFL.
No, it was Vince McMahon.
Yeah, Vince McMahon, right.
National Spring Football League Enterprises Corporation LLC, a joint venture between Brian Woods and Fox Sports, owns U.S. Football League.
So
You said U.S. Football League. That's not what we're talking about.
What'd you just say?
USFL.
What the fuck do United States Football League?
Okay.
That's what that is.
All right. So I guess they lied on TV there. Because they showed him on TV introducing everything, and he
telling
said
you
he was the owner.
He was the owner of the XFL.
It's been on the last 10 weeks, I'm gonna say.
I'll just ask a simple
Look,
question.
look. This is the picture you
Hey,
probably
don't
saw.
make my thing
Sorry.
of flour down, Holmes.
Look at. Oh,
Does The Rock own the USFL?
He don't believe it.
No, I
don't
don't.
believe me.
Because
You
that's
don't
not a
believe YouTube.
special.
He's like, YouTube, go to fucking. Did you roll another one?
Maybe. Why'd you roll another one?
I was about to.
Hey, you tried to take my jar.
I guess they
didn't you?
lied on TV then.
Where the fuck is it? It says XFL on here.
I know, because that's what he bought. He bought it off of Vince McMahon.
Oh, why I said that was a
He's
kid.
on there now. You can see it because XFL is
So,
happening right
you
now.
watch.
It's on
He's gonna
ESPN.
buy wrestling too.
It's the opposite of the USFL, which was bought by Fox. Fox runs all the USFL games, which has the Detroit.
They run the games, yes, they do.
But
But
they-
they don't own the team.
Yes, they don't
Fuck.
own the teams. The teams are owned by different players, corporations, I assume. But the owner of the league itself is Fox, and so ESPN is got TV rights with XFL, which is.
But when does the XFL
It's
play?
starting
When
now.
do they play?
They're playing now. They just started.
No, they've been playing XFL has.
Oh,
I've seen it for
since-
some reason. I see. I only
They
got 2,
start
4,
up
7.
basically right
ten in
after
it.
fucking. They start up after the football season, and the USFL has the Detroit team. It has the
Soon
Detroit
as the
Panther-
Super-
The Panthers, yeah.
As soon as the Super Bowl stops, like a week later, the XFL started.
Really?
Yeah. And then it goes all the way till the USFL
And there's no
starts.
Detroit.
But they
There's no Detroit team,
And then the USFL goes right to preseason
but
football.
Were they
It's
around
fucking
last
crazy.
year?
huh?
Was the XFL around last
First
year?
year,
Last year.
yes, first year, back. Because remember, it came out 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah, it used to be around a long
Well,
time
because the
ago.
Panthers were.
Because you know what he said he was going to do? He was going to make it so it was basically he was jumping on the Trump train with the XFL. That's what Vince McMahon was trying to do, bringing it back, and it didn't really work. Like, because what happened is Vince McMahon had it back in the day, obviously. Remember?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be competition.
He started it.
It was supposed to be no holds barred.
He started
I'm telling you,
it.
No
this is
fucking-
the steps to getting the,
Remember,
the
no-
wrestling.
Remember the player, he hate me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like players
If
get
you
to
can
choose
make
their
if
shit.
you can make money off the XFL, you can make money off wrestling. This is his first big business.
I'm
venue.
confused. I'm totally confused.
I mean,
Because I watched the special last Sunday about the USFL, and The Rock was on there talking about he owns the team.
well, maybe he owns a team in the USFL.
No, he owns the whole franchise. He bought it for $12 million. I'm telling you, it was on TV last week, last Sunday.
You might have been watching XFL.
No.
Hey, maybe what is that called when like the Berenstain Bears thing? What is that? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
You don't know about the Berenstain Bears?
No, sir. What is that?
It's actually the Berenstain Bears.
But what is it?
It's like you remember things different than what happened. That whole
So
effect.
now he's trying to tell me I'm getting senile.
no,
I'm
no.
old. I don't know what I'm fucking talking
Good
about.
job, sir.
At least he did stop and he felt it.
Yeah. He's a gentleman when he wants to be.
But at least you both can agree you've seen unidentified flying silver things in the sky.
I haven't, no.
No, but the other people have.
Yeah. Well, you know, I can't say I
Hey,
haven't.
get off my shit again.
I did
you
see some-
motherfucker.
Vision over here.
When I lived in Alaska, I did see some weird stuff at night flying through the sky, but I don't know if it was a UFO or some kind of, you know.
There it is. Mandela effect. You never heard of the Mandela effect?
What is the Mandela effect?
Oh my
What,
God.
we're talking about Nelson?
I forget. Yeah.
Makes people happy?
No, it's
People thought he was dead or something?
yeah, like he died. They thought he.
That's all some some fabricated bullshit, man.
No, again.
That's people wanting something to be a certain way,
Man.
and they make it that way in their head.
Dude, there's some freaking old ass archaeologist that was on the Joe Rogan program, and he was saying something out the Dead Sea Scrolls because it was written like so
Yeah,
much
well,
further than the Bible.
Yes,
the
yes.
dudes that
all
wrote
know.
the Bible
but,
were all on
but let's
shrooms and
remember
shit.
something. Oldest freaking drug out there.
Oldest freaking drug out there.
The shit in the
Shrooms.
Bible. Okay. First of all, the disciples, the 12 disciples in the Bible. Those are different books in the Bible, right? John, Peter.
Why are we
Paul.
getting onto the Bible?
No, just making the point. John, Peter, Paul, and all
Well,
that
it's going
stuff.
on the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Yeah, because he said something about Dead
I know.
Sea Scrolls.
It's all written parts out of the Dead Sea Scrolls that they
Yeah, but it
let
is.
you read.
There's so many fucking other there's examples of scrolls that are older than that people just ignore that haven't you know.
But the Dead Sea Scrolls are one of the oldest that we can actually read.
Yes.
So you
True,
don't get
there
much
is,
of
yeah.
all the other architectural shit are
Well,
all
no.
Fuji shit
No,
you don't
there's
understand.
some Hindu shit that's older than Dead Sea Scrolls.
But we don't know how to read a lot of that. I'm
Well,
telling
we
you.
don't.
They do.
They do.
Well, no, it's even not.
But
even
you got to
in-
remember
It's not
something,
in
man.
their
See,
language and
but
stuff. There's a
people,
lot of
Oh,
books
there
out
is a
there.
dead lane. What is that?
what you got to read? But what you got to read?
You look that one up. There's like 10
Ameri-
books men can't read.
That language is Aramaic or something like that, some name like that. But the Bible,
What was that one? What's he saying?
Jesus was long.
Come on, give it to me, man.
Jesus was long dead, rotted away before any parts of the Bible were ever written.
Yeah, we know.
Every one of the disciples were illiterate. They couldn't read nor write.
Hey, like
None
I
of
said,
them.
that one guy.
So they didn't write nothing.
He
Them
said
books,
all them
they
books
didn't write them.
were scriptures told on dudes that ate a bunch of shrooms and other people wrote it down what they were saying. It's like, come on, man.
It's a possibility.
That was what Joe Rogan had this guy on there. That was
It's a
an
possibility.
architect.
It's a possibility.
And he was like,
Religion could have came from
No.
different
No,
consciousness.
No.
hey, you look up where Moses
Vlad,
got all his
hold on.
drugs
Wait a
off
minute,
Mount
wait a
Sinai, and that's where all the heaviest drugs grew back in the day. And he drugged everybody when he parted the sea, bro. Cha. Figure that one out.
I mean, he burned the fucking cannabis bush.
No,
Obviously.
dude, like.
Yeah, okay, the burning bush.
Yeah,
it could
obviously
have.
the cannabis bush.
That's a good. That's a good
It was some
example.
really good shit.
Some really good shit.
So,
No, there was like mescaline and shrooms and cocaine and all that shit grew up on Mount Sinai.
oh no,
back in the
cocaine's
day.
on the other side. Cocaine doesn't grow on that. It didn't come.
Everything grew on Mount Sinai. It was just a place up there that was so high. Well, ask me, I was read the script, man. Why did Moses? What drug did Moses get off Mount Sinai? Be like, what the fuck? I know, man. What's he
No,
got?
I just got. I don't want to interrupt. That's why. So he just says.
See now?
Vlad said we should let him tell jokes, like have his own segment for jokes. He's on a roll, and then Tracy goes no. He goes, I'm not hoping all my jokes get read, but when I see, because sometimes I'll read one and I'll
Well,
laugh.
if it's a good one, we might read it.
Well, sometimes I read it and I laugh, and I know I got to get back to it.
Yeah.
And he sees that happen. And it's happy. No, that's the weed for you, bro.
The weed is talking.
For sure. Yeah, I don't know. I hope it's more like fucking. It's a cookbook. I hope
Hey,
it's.
where'd you get the jar?
Oh, I bought a whole bunch of them
Oh, okay.
so I can enter in the competition.
Samples.
No, I know my buddy is the only one that's ever seen with these types of jars before.
Oh,
Amazon.
his no was for Rudy. Jesus didn't rot away.
He didn't?
I guess not.
Well, okay.
There was no time about it, right? If he was been here for a while.
I'm not saying Jesus didn't exist. I'm just saying, what's the joke? If you could part the sea, walk on water, how you gonna let 3 nails keep you down?
It was the principle of the thing.
The principle.
You asked me to explain it to you.
There you go. That's what.
Some people cut
Do we
themselves
have
for
to-
fun.
There you go.
The principle of the thing.
Maybe he enjoyed it.
He
was
could
a
have-
masochist.
Yeah, I'm just
I've
gonna.
definitely seen some dudes
Now
fucking
we're-
flying around fucking.
Now we're going
Billy
back to
Bob's
aliens
fucking
banging into
place.
Earth again, right?
No, Billy Bob's
S&M?
place.
Come on, man. I'm just saying.
Billy Bob's
Some
spot.
people are
What-
freaky
what
like
is
that.
The biker place had metal shows.
Oh, you talking about the guys on hooks?
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that too.
No, I
In
went
fact-
there one time and
In fact, you can go down. You can go down to the Bagley Hotel and see
I was
that.
not down
See
with
that in the
watching
back
people
room.
putting pain in themselves with hooks like that.
And they have girls all tied up, a whole bunch of knots hanging from the ceiling.
I've never really been much downtown because I'm not a drinker.
Well, this is a place for the
Crazy
more
motherfucker
like
say.
hippie
Hippie.
I
dance
know,
type people.
But
you
I'm
know.
hoping. I wish there was a place you just go
Entertain
smoke
themselves
weed.
up to the
Not go
ceiling?
smoke weed, but like actually a place where I'm like I could buy weed that I'm like his like that
why-
quality.
that's
know that
why-
I can sit at a counter. I know that's why.
That's
you
why we need a building.
I know.
I keep saying it. Anybody got a building out there they want to donate to Rudy and the cause?
Set up a GoFundMe.
Let me know.
You gotta set up a GoFundMe, Rudy. Because I think it'd be great for a comedy store, a comedy club.
We could have comedy one night. We could have
Do you know how expensive
movies one
fucking
night.
Property is downtown right now.
Man, I'll tell you, man.
You
How what? How cheap is what?
how expensive property is downtown.
No, I want to be downtown. I want to be right off of 6 Mile and Woodward. That's where I would like to be. Or on Hamilton.
Because that shit's about to pop.
Dog, it's about... if I had money right now, I'd be buying up lots in Highland Park like crazy. I'd buy 20 fucking lots in Highland Park.
Rudy's Streaming Center.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Just constantly be streaming.
Streaming all
So
the
I thought
time.
about that with the fucking pizza place.
Be streaming 24 hours a day.
Just have a camera on
All the time.
all the time.
Yeah.
Because I know fucking Chet's going to be singing. Because I'm not going to go through it.
Him
Yeah.
wiping his balls on things.
Well, you
can't show that, guys.
need somebody.
That was a cutting board.
You need somebody that wants to and knows how to produce. That's what that's all about. You need a producer.
You think about that fucking movie with what's his name?
Clerks?
No.
Damn. I was trying because he was
Close.
talking about the Batman and shit like that. You ain't ever seen...
Not Bruce Almighty.
It wasn't Clerks, was it?
The one where he's in a dome.
Who's in the dome?
Biodome.
No, not Biodome. The movie about the guy that
Martian?
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey in a dome.
He's in a dome and he doesn't know he's in a dome, and they're filming everything.
Oh yeah,
So
right.
it was like,
It's funny because everybody's doing the same thing every day.
basically,
Same
yeah,
people go
they're
back and
all
forth all the time.
actors,
He sitting there watching. I'm like, what? What's that lady? What's that called?
Hold on, someone. Truman Show. There it is.
Yeah, that was a weird one, dude.
There's people out there that live in the Truman Show right now.
Yeah, they think that they're being watched by the Big Brother.
No,
again.
No,
no.
I'll tell
There's
you-
dudes out.
I'll tell
people
you
out
where the
there-
Truman Show. You can live in the Truman Show right now.
I'm saying.
Move down to Florida, a place called the Village, the Villages, in Florida.
Get off my
Get out of there.
I wouldn't be surprised if that wasn't shot there. If that movie wasn't shot there. Sterile looking.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about because the whole point of the Truman Show was they were literally giving you every freaking second of the dude's
of his life. Yeah,
without him knowing.
yeah.
Now people are doing it online all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Like you can just see people.
Dude, they
streaming.
showed us the aliens in Blade Runner. They're fucking underneath the earth gambling right now on Russia and America and Ukraine. And they're like, we're gambling down here. And they're watching that shit. They're the live streamers that say they're the government. The aliens.
What?
You know
I'm
what I
so
mean?
confused.
We're going back to aliens again real fast. You guys call it aliens. I'm calling it the government. Big Brother, show you what they want.
Oh.
They're the gamblers like Blade Runner.
Oh,
And we're all
these-
killing each other.
The technology that they're using, like humans don't have that shit. They're doing.
Now
things that
I'm sure we
humans
got
can't
some
do.
secret. I'm sure they got some really hip secret shit going on, but nothing like that.
No, everything they have is for killing somebody.
Anything that could, and see that's another thing. If the aliens were all evil,
This guy said a lot of ifs here.
well,
I'm quiet again.
if it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. But if aliens wanted to wipe us out, they could have wiped us out a long time ago.
Vlad is 3 for 3 on getting what I'm talking about. 'Cause he's smoking good shit, obviously. And then he said folks used to Lifecast on JTV years ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard about that. I
that's
remember
true. That's true.
that. Yeah.
But now it's like, I mean,
Because you got Twitch and Twitter.
there are people on there
Twitter,
constantly
Twitch.
all day long. There are people that are on there constantly
I
all
know.
day
TikTok,
long.
they're live in now.
All day
Like you're
long.
literally just seeing people like not doing
So,
anything.
so people are. You're right. I told you about the worm dude, right? The guy
Oh yeah.
ate the worm and he poured the shit over his head, dirty water over his head.
Yeah, if you paid him. Yeah.
What the fuck is that? But I mean, you know what? He probably comes from someplace that's really super poor. He probably really needs the money. I'm serious. He probably really needs the money to survive.
You know what? The reality is he's probably rich as fuck and he just doesn't want to work and his dad's about to cut him off.
Okay. I mean, you can go that route if you want.
There's a
That's a
possibility.
possibility. Anything's possible.
'Cause, like-
But that's so humiliating. In most
Yeah.
in most Asian culture, they wouldn't like you humiliating yourself like that. They don't do that as a rule. Asians are real, conservative.
Who's
as a
paying
rule.
them?
As a well,
TikTok.
YouTube,
Aliens.
TikTok.
Big Brother.
So
It's gonna be
Aliens.
gone soon.
This
too.
midget. We're gambling again, like Blade Runner. When these people
You know-
going around doing weird shit, we get to gamble on it. They're gambling for cockroaches, and we think they're bad. And they're like, oh, that's our food.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be great?
Cockroaches, and we're banging, gambling on people killing each other. These weirdos.
That would be a smart idea to actually have your food source be cockroaches. I mean, they don't fucking die.
They go everywhere.
Most things.
no, thank you.
Again,
That's one reason.
Because you're
That's
talking
one
about
thing-
the guy eating worms.
That's
again.
one thing I'm not
living
gonna-
Earth.
That's one thing I'm not gonna like about Asia, is the insects. And the girl told me there are cockroaches everywhere.
oh, I'm pretty good at ignoring that shit.
Oh, not me.
Go to Japan. There's
Oh no. Oh,
They eat
I do
everything.
not like insects. No. The bigger they are, the less I like them.
Huh? Go to Japan. They eat everything.
You ain't gotta go to Japan. Shit. You go to
Same.
Mississippi. They got insects in Mississippi. You be like,
Florida
later.
too, motherfucker.
No, Japan
Huh?
people
Get in.
fucking.
Get
Anything
in,
they
man.
can put in a
Do
deep
what?
fryer, they eat.
Inland at Florida.
Oh yeah, bunch of insects there too. But they say the worst place, I think they say is Vietnam in Asia. I think Vietnam is the worst place for the insects.
God,
They say Vietnam's a mother.
humidity there's got to be insane.
I know
All over
Thailand's got the
Asia.
best mushrooms.
All over Asia.
Who does?
Thailand.
Oh, probably. The humidity's crazy.
I told you my friend told me his best friend is a millionaire, is opening up a grow in Thailand
Does
right
he need
now.
to grow? Master Grover?
Well, I don't know the guy, but
Oh, okay.
But when I get ready to go to Thailand, I'm gonna ask him to introduce me to the guy. I might be able to get a job when I get there. See, in Thailand, they'll let you work. They'll let foreigners work in Thailand. They won't in the Philippines.
I need a job where I can just be the overseer and tell everybody else what to do.
Yeah, that's what everyone wants.
I like to go over there and trim over there.
But you got to be able to do it too. I just
Half-baked movie stream when? Huh?
right now we're half baked.
That's my
We're
favorite
only on our
movie.
fourth or fifth.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I do like how, because I've listened to the other guy that helped him create it.
Yeah,
Neil Brennan.
he writes a lot of stuff with Dave Chappelle.
They did, yeah, when
Yeah.
they were young.
Yeah.
So,
I got to go in and make a pizza.
I mean, hold on. Dave wrote most of
That's
that.
that's more flour I've
What-
right out. I got just enough to.
The thing is they made him change. Like, the ending was not like.
You're right.
If you actually watch the ending, you
I
can
know.
see the propaganda.
I know.
Because
But you didn't have to tell me that. They had to end that movie a certain way to even get it to the movies.
Oh.
I was just showing the camera legend.
They had to end that movie a certain way just to even
You
get
got
it
a hint of green to 'em.
into the
Really
movies.
even
That's
taste 'em.
what happened.
So delicious.
They had two other endings for that movie.
yeah,
I remember the first time I ate them things.
but they weren't happy about it, I didn't even. Because again, back then you didn't think about it. It's just how things were.
How many cookies did
You
you
know?
eat at once?
But that's fucking one of my favorite movies, and it was huge propaganda.
Yep. But it was funny as fuck, especially when they went to see the drug dealer, the big time drug dealer. That shit was funny as fuck.
Don't drink the last sip.
They wrote it in a day or two. Also, when they wrote it, they had a lame roommate that had model guy on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
Original ending: Dave jumped off the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Samson.
Samson, yeah, Samson.
It is out of all the movies. It's probably besides Grandma's Boy.
And the horse. The guy fed the horse all that shit.
Yeah. Grandma's Boy.
Yeah, my man quit about fuck you. Fuck you. You're okay. Yeah, but that was a funny movie for the times. But then the comedy turned to tragedy.
I like.
Because that's when it was okay to do drugs, so the comedy was funny when you could do drugs, much mad drugs as you
No, that's
wanted.
crazy. Back then, it wasn't.
No,
Like
it wasn't.
I remember.
That's why they had to change the ending.
That's like if you look at Saturday Night Live, you can see the drug crew.
Literally,
they go
was,
in and out, in and out.
Literally, they were censored.
Yeah, they were told that you can't have an ending where
A happy ending with marijuana.
you have to basically make it so he gives it up.
The marijuana was not good for you.
Well, just, you could tell
The
Saturday
pussy
Night
was
Live.
better.
Well, I would forget because again, he's not even like he's nobody at this point. He's not anywhere close to who he is now. But I thought Grant because I remember.
You're right. Nowhere close to what he is now, but he was making money even back then.
Of all the stands attested, all the high movies that still really probably hold it down is Grandma's Boy.
Oh yeah, I like
That-
Grandma's
that-
Boy too.
that one is
That was a
one.
good one. That was a good one.
That one holds up. Like you could watch. I could watch that again.
I call it a stupid white boy movie.
It is. It's a stupid white boy movie. An Adam Sandler movie to the T.
All day long.
Yeah.
But I love his movies.
Yeah.
I love his. I love the one where he was the devil's son,
Oh, Little Nicky.
Little Nicky.
That's supposed to be his worst movie.
Oh, I love that movie because it was so over the top.
You never saw the one on Netflix that he did then, huh?
Which one? How about the one?
Hubie Halloween or Hubie something?
No, I didn't see that one. What about the one with the TV remote? Remember that one?
Yeah.
That was a deep movie. That movie was deep, man.
Yeah, it was.
It was funny, but
deepness in that comedy.
oh
I guess.
yeah, it was,
Yeah,
dude.
you what was it called?
I can't
Was it
think
called
of the name.
Remote?
No.
Click.
Click, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, that's
That's-
for four.
That's a good movie.
These
That
guys
was
are
a
like
good
movie
movie.
buffs here and shit.
That's what to me. That's one of his best movies.
To be honest with you, I haven't watched many movies lately. Not as many as I used to. I used to watch movies. Every movie that I could watch, I would watch coming out.
I very seldom watch movies.
It reminded me, I was at the Red Wing game like 5 years ago. Me and my daughter, and we're walking through the thing, and I had a Draper jersey on, and they're like, you know Red Wing history? And it was like 3/4 of the way through the year. I didn't watch none of the year this year. But I'm like, yeah, I know a bunch of Red Wing history. Fucking last 30 years, I know it all.
Yeah, but I don't know what's going on now.
But right this year, I didn't know nothing. So they put us on the big screen, man, and the other lady won a jersey, and we won a hockey puck because I didn't know nothing about this year. Who are these people? Look at the crowd.
In fact, I watched more hockey this year than I ever watched.
Hubie Halloween. Before I sent the message,
I don't know what that is.
it is him playing. He plays this
Your Netflix
fucking
thing he was
guy
talking
who
about.
his character who lives in a small town that's kind of. I don't want to say slow, but he's like plays
Slow.
it. He's not Waterboy slow.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but kind of.
He's really nice, and he lets it. People just throw shit at him.
Walk
he'll be-
all over
He'll
it.
literally be riding his bike through town because he rides everywhere. His bike, and
Yeah.
he'll have to duck because someone
So
will
he's throwing some shit at him.
just throw something at him out of nowhere. He'll just be riding. And doop, there's a. It is the
Stupid.
cutest, stupidest, funniest fucking.
Stupid as fuck.
He's hilarious. Same universe as Billy Madison. Oh,
It's like the Ringer.
Wasn't he? He was just here, wasn't he? Well, he's gonna be here.
who?
Adam Sandler.
I don't know. Is he touring?
Yeah, I think
didn't
he's
know
gonna
he's
be
touring.
here. Either he was here last week or he's gonna be here in a couple of weeks, one or the other. Yeah, he's touring.
Had no idea. I didn't know he toured. I thought he was done with the stand-up game. I remember his old stand-up back in the day. That was some of the funniest shit.
I had to take it with us.
Yeah. That was the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Ooh, beer presses.
He talks about his grandma eating a carrot or using a carrot and then eating it. Grandma, what are you doing? "Oh, okay. I just remember seeing that bit and was just like,
That's out there.
that's fucking.
That is out
funny.
there. Yeah, that's way out. Beyond the beyond.
Yeah, because you're not getting like back then you get like George Carlin. George Carlin's dirty, but he's not like.
Oh, George Carlin was a genius.
I know, but his shows are more like when he started. By the time I'm seeing his shows were more purpose.
Well, yeah, because when he first started, he kept getting more and more a social advocate as he went
Yeah.
along. You know, he would enlighten you
Yeah.
how the government was doing and shit like that.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool. Because,
Yeah.
you know, he was saying shit with purpose, but making it funny at the same time, which is really hard to do. That's just hard to do. You gotta, the way he'd phrase things, you know. He was a genius, man.
Yeah, dude was pretty fucking smart. He's one of the ones that I wish we could have uploaded.
Yeah, he's a. Yeah, he's
But
a motherfucker.
again, he's one of the ones that they didn't want him to survive.
Well, you know, it's like anything else in life. It's always some people are gonna rock the boat.
I feel like Tupac was murdered by the government.
I don't see that.
I feel like he was.
I don't see that.
He had too much power back then.
No, he
not
was-
power. Hold on, let me rephrase that. He had just enough power to start scaring them. Like they.
No, people give him too much power. Yeah, outside of certain communities. Yeah, he had power in certain communities, but he wasn't like a powerful person. You understand what I'm saying? Where everybody looked at him like, yeah, he's powerful. Same with Kanye. Kanye got all this money, but he's not really powerful. You know, these guys are like that. They, you know, maybe later on Tupac might have done some more social stuff.
Oh, he probably would have been a senator.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you know, most of those guys, their egos caught up with them, and that's the reason why they didn't survive, because of the ego, man. Ego, a motherfucker to everybody. Nobody is immune to the ego.
Oh.
Nobody. We're all some way worse than others, but we all, you know,
I mean,
suffer from that same disease.
We're back to E3 Steve's cookies. That'll settle out your ego.
fuck yeah. You'll be wondering why.
Oh, those look nice too. Look at them.
The first time I came over, he's like, "There's cookies on the stove," and I
Oh,
ate
yeah.
3 of them, and I took my fourth bite.
Those are homemade, baby.
Ooh.
They look excellent.
You went to
I'm
the
working on
bathroom.
I've been working on my homemade.
They're looking good. I don't dare eat one.
Kroger's, I don't know if they all have them, but I think they do, has a sale on chocolate chip cookies. Nestle ones, not the cookies, but the chocolate chips, 99 cents a packet. It's like $3.30 if I recall right off. I was like, God damn. Dude, so.
Goddamn.
I bought like 6 of them, 7 of them.
like, goddamn.
Those cookies, yes, they're very strong cookies.
Yeah, they're all right.
Who the fuck had? Someone told me a story. I've had a couple stories recently of people going, fucking hey, dude.
The cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, one lady, she.
A little too strong for them.
No, she enjoyed the
Oh,
fuck
she
out
loved
of it.
it,
But she
yeah.
realized, like, she's getting married, and she has to meet with the fucking priest. And she's like, I'm
She told him
fucking
the cookie?
wasted still. She took it the day before.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, your stomach
just-
will be right the next day.
It was strong.
No, she was just so fucked up for 2
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely
believe
didn't
that.
feel right. I
I
went home
believe-
and freaking was like groggy. I had to go to sleep. Woke up fucking high, groggy.
Yeah.
And the first
But that was
time I
3
gave
of
it to
them,
her,
too.
she was like, yeah, it was nice. I was like, wow, that's crazy. That time, though, because she showed me videos of her at her bachelorette party, just like,
Yeah. All fucked up.
yeah, no one the fucking.
All fucked up.
No, I just use butter. I take a bunch. I take like 12 ounces of trim, which is, you know, some buddy trim. Mix it with.
Make the
boil
butter.
the fuck out of it with 2 pounds of butter.
Yep.
Strain it, and then I get a couple batches.
Maybe it's like a binding unit or something, so the consistency stays better in the butter. When sometimes it's stronger than some of the others.
No, that one, I just probably used less. Because I've been at 12 ounces for a minute. Sometimes I was, like, there's times where I've only had, like, 10 ounces of trim.
I got what you said. Not as much.
Yeah, so I used the 10 ounces of trim instead of the whatever.
It's
Yeah,
unreal.
RSO would be easier to dose it with, but I don't have RSO, so I've just been doing this butter thing for a minute.
Subscribe.
I like wax. Wax is always the most consistent.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Thank you.
figure out how to clip that. Put it on TikTok.
Subscribe.
So, anyways, you gotta start getting on TikTok.
Yeah, you're right.
Because you get it following on TikTok, get them over here.
You're right.
Just start doing it. You just gotta make sure you don't smoke. Because you can literally, I'm literally flipping through live people, and it's literally everything from, I don't know, man.
But I see them on there, and they'll do like this, go off camera and hit it.
Yeah.
And as they coming back, you can see smoke coming out their mouth. So you know it's not a cigarette.
Yeah.
You know, but they just smoke it.
I don't even fucking care
What if
no
you
more.
smoke it in a blunt? Well, not you, but what if, I wonder if I smoked it in a blunt, if it would get away with it.
Where?
No.
Because it might look like a cigar.
Because a blunt represents.
The only way you can
What does a blunt represent?
No, but a cigar. If it
No.
looks like a backwood.
No.
No.
Different
Still
meaning
burns
with
like that.
Come on, dude. That
It burns different than a regular backwood?
no, but what I'm saying
A
is,
cigar burns way different. The stream of smoke it's totally different.
Seriously? I don't know, because I've never actually paid
Yeah.
attention. In my life, I've never looked at a stream
because
of smoke.
because a blunt is just a wrap of a cigar.
I know what the fuck a blunt is.
Right. So you're not.
You act like I didn't live with Otis.
The cigar is kind of similar to a cigarette, man, where it's a coal, and it only burns when you puff it.
Doesn't
That has a
Gosh,
streamy.
That's how the cops know.
Yeah, it's
When
got a
they're
streamer
driving,
to
if
it.
they see you have it, like they know the difference between a cigarette, because the cigarette doesn't have the smoke.
Yeah.
That's what he was talking about. The smoke is, because I get it, it's different, but at the same time, if I'm blowing out smoke and I'm a cigarette smoker, it's like you would think there'd be more smoke if you're a cigarette smoker. I don't know.
That's what I need. I need a joint rolling machine.
It's not the amount of smoke it is, it's the way it trinkles when it burns in the air like that. It don't matter if it's a blunt, it's a fucking Cheech and Chong
Well,
Yeah.
4-ounce doobie.
No,
it
but
all trickles the same.
no, it's not the same. Cigarette smoke has a bluish green haze to it.
Well, whatever. Besides, that's just the way it burns.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You could be sitting there in a car, in a smoked out car, and they don't look
But
for
there's a
anything.
color
But
difference.
they don't look for anything but that funky looking long streamer. They see that, they know you're smoking weed.
Hold on.
Cops in Detroit don't give a
Did you get your last 50 subs? I don't know. I'm up to 6 something. We were at 607 or 608
I
when
thought you said 609.
607 or something like that
Yeah.
when I last looked, and I'm not gonna look now because that means I gotta shut it off. I wish this showed it like it's a different category than like when you look at the channel. It's like videos uploaded and then blah blah blah. So it doesn't look like I've uploaded anything recently. But you go to the live, then the live has all the fucking uploads.
Oh, okay.
And it's I don't like the fact that they put it that way. I wonder if I can arrange it on my. I just should check that one. Just making mental notes in my head
Yeah.
on how to fix the shit so people can actually see it.
So more people can
Yeah.
enjoy the vibe. The vibe.
But we can duet too
Right. I just learned about that.
on fucking. So we can sit there and go back and forth, and we can have this conversation on. But we'll have to do that. We'll do that. Let's do that once in a while.
Yeah.
Damn, it's
Figure that
5:42.
out. Yep. Yeah, it's been an hour and a half. So.
Alrighty, everybody have a good weekend.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.